You know, you wouldn't think a show like General Hospital at the height of its popularity would be preempted or some stations refuse to show it for whatever reason, but we're going to talk about that a little bit. So, this podcast in General Hospital, like I said, in recognition of the 60th anniversary year, we'll be talking about some of the broadcast situations and trivia of this very popular show. Now, during the 1960s, GH earned decent ratings against the likes of To Tell the Truth, The Secret Storm on CBS, but there was a decline as the 70s came, especially when the NBC's Another World became highly popular. And in this case, Another World was being shown in Canada, but GH was not on every CTV across the nation. Now, for 2 years, it also faced CBS's The Price is Right, already a major hit. After continued mediocrity in Nielsen ratings, ABC was prepared to cancel GH, but decided to give it a second chance in 78 when it expanded the show from an experimental 45 minutes to a full hour. However, the expansion came with an ultimatum to producers that they had 6 months to improve the show's ratings. Gloria Monty was hired as a new EP, and on her first day, she spent an extra $100,000 retaping 4 episodes. A miracle occurred thanks to Monty and head writer Douglas Marland. The show became the most watched daytime drama by 79, marking a rare instance of a daytime serial's comeback from near extinction. Of course, it's because of the Luke Scotty, Bobby Laura quadrangle. Now, during the wedding of Luke and Laura on November 7th, 81, about 30 million people tuned in to watch them exchange vows and be cursed by Elizabeth Taylor's Helena Cassadine, later played by Constance Towers. And of course, we talked about it before, 42 years later, the curse is still around Port Charles. Now, from 79 to 88, GH remained number one in the ratings, competing against 2 game shows and 2 low-rated soaps on NBC, Texas and Santa Barbara, and Guiding Light on CBS, although Guiding Light experienced a renaissance for a brief period in the middle of 84 and became the number 1 rated soap, briefly dethroning GH from the top rating spot. For the most part, however, GH continued to triumph, even after the departure of popular actors Anthony Geary and Jeannie Francis in the mid-1980s. Although The Young and the Restless took GH place as the highest rated serial in 89, GH continued to maintain excellent ratings. Even at its peak in the 1980s, GH had been preempted in at least 2 markets in the States. With the show still number 1 in the Nielsen's, for some reason, WDTN in Dayton, Ohio, of all places, preempted the series upon joining ABC in January 1980 in favor of Woody Woodpecker and Super Friends cartoon repeats. Later, the station would air such shows as Our Magazine, Geraldo and Maury in the show's time slot until September 2000, when the station's new owners, Sunrise Broadcasting, which purchased the station from Hearst 2 years prior, pulled Maury from the station's schedule due to what it called community standards and brought GH back to Dayton. In Vermont and Plattsburgh, New York, WVNY dropped GH from the schedule in the 1980s and would only bring it back in 95. However, during that hiatus, GH still aired on Montreal CFCF, whose signal was decently available in Vermont and Plattsburgh. Now, ever since the 92 season of GH, the show has had a steady decline in ratings. On and off, it would rank between 3rd and 5th place in Nielsen's, with CBS, The Young and the Restless, and The Bold and the Beautiful coming in 1st and 2nd. General Hospital remained between 3rd and 5th place in the ratings during that time, and from late 91 to 96, All My Children held the title of ABC's highest-rated scope. Now, after months of speculation and cancellation rumors, Deadline Hollywood reported on April 11, 2012, that ABC quietly made a decision to keep GH on the air and to cancel instead the lower-rated talk show The Revolution. On June 26, 2012, ABC officially announced that GH would move to 2 p.m. Eastern time slot starting on September 10, 2012, and that the network would give the 3 p.m. hour back to its affiliates, as it was a recommended time slot for Katie Couric's new ABC syndicated talk show, Katie. Encore episodes were shown every night on the former cable channel SoapNet, with a marathon on Saturday and classic episodes at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, production of GH was suspended in March 2020 as a result of COVID in the States. The show had banked roughly 2 months' worth of episodes at that time. By airing repeats of Flashback Fridays, GH was able to air all original episodes through the end of May 21st, 2020. This was followed by several weeks of vintage episode repeats. Production resumed on July 22nd of that year, and new episodes began. And again, like I mentioned, new episodes started appearing on August 3rd, 2020. Now, the show began April 1st, 63 at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, shifted to 3 p.m. on December 30th, 63 to July 23rd, 76. On July 26th, 76, it moved to 3:15 and stayed there until January 16, 78, when it was moved to 3 p.m. They had that time slot until 2012, and on September 10, 2012, it moved to 2 p.m. Eastern, or what they call 3 p.m. Atlantic. Now, ratings were quite strong in 1980 season, 9.9, 81, 11.4, 82, 11.2, 83, 9.8, 84, 10.0, 85, 9.1, 86, 9.2, 87, 8.3, and then Young and the Restless took over to 88, tied 8.1. Now, the General Hospital rating history, this was the highest week in daytime history all the ABC soaps benefited from. GH was at 16 of a household rating, 13 million viewers. AMC was at 8.3 million. One Life to Live, again at 8.3 million. And Guiding Light at 6.4 million. Now, the popularity of GH has gained as many parodies and references in other mainstream media, including Mystery Science Theater 3000. We looked at the old episodes, the 82 comedy Young Doctors in Love, and of course, the ABC comedy The Goldbergs, where Eric and Adam frequently watch GH together. Now, the success of the long-running soap opera had one sister serial, one spin-off, and two primetime spin-offs in the States, including Young Marrieds, who bombed against the edge of night. The British television series General Hospital didn't feature any characters from the American show, but was modeled after its format. Port Charles, of course, is a direct American spinoff, ran for a few years on ABC. Nighttime soap General Hospital Night Shift, and of course the primetime special General Hospital Twist of Fate in '96. Now, various 35th, 50th, and over the years to celebrate various anniversaries, and of course the Nancy Lee Graham hosted companion web series General Hospital Now, which featured behind-the-scenes interviews with fellow cast members as well as panel discussions with comedians who are fans of the show. Now, GH right now in Canada has decent ratings. It always has. But again, the age group, I think, would be 45 and over. You're not seeing too many younger people watch soaps in Canada to begin with because they're too lured in by certain things. And don't forget, I know this sounds weird, the under 15 age group, there's a lot of youth programming across Canada that on CBC and otherwise that's drawing a lot of viewers. But GH was what you call we're home from school soap, where everybody sat down. In Canada would be 3:30 or 4 o'clock, and everybody would sit down. And Dad used to call it the TV dinner show because you got your TV dinner and no streaming. No recording back then. So sometimes people would tape the previous day's episode, watch that before the new episode would come on, and very, very freaky. So GH, in my opinion, the second most important daytime show of all time, behind the Today Show, for obvious reasons. But from episodic or dramatic fiction show, it's number one. Because no disrespect to Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful, GH at the height of its powers was drawing the right demographic across the way. And the idea is a lot of viewers of GH in 2023 were watching in 1981, a good majority. I kid you not. And like I said, like Coronation Street in Canada, why do you think Canada shows only Coronation Street, the only international show to be aired in primetime, a soap opera? So you figure it out. You don't want to let the fans down. There's a certain demographic for ads and stuff like that. So that's the latest GH Vintage podcast. If you like what you're doing here, give us a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.